hand wave and expedite boring content in your campaigns. What makes content boring or sloggy? To a large extent, this is a matter of situation and taste. One thing that is very consistently sloggy that players don't enjoy is the last few rounds of combat in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, where it's clear the party is winning, they have achieved dominance over the situation, but the enemies are still fighting and not totally defeated. Just, say, okay, party seems like they've won. Does anyone mind if we just cut through this and you've won? Almost always, if you correctly read the situation, your players do not want to grind through that combat that already has a foregone conclusion. Similarly, but less clearly, anything out of combat may or may not be something your players actually want to do, depending on their tastes and what their player characters are invested in. This is not in a role-playing context, but the novels of Drew Karpyshyn, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name or not correctly, but I love his work. The first time I read Darth Bane, Passive Destruction, I noticed this, and I've noticed it, I've read everything he's published at this point, is he skips a lot of stuff that most writers don't. He just, goes past it and to the next point where there's like important action in the story, and usually the point of view character has a few memories or dreams or whatever about what's happened during all the period he skipped, and it's just very expedited. That's great. I'm all about realism and immersion in role-playing campaigns, but at the same time, we all have real lives, real responsibilities, and we need to get the highest return possible for our investment in this art form of time. Other things too, but time. Time is the most limited resource. So whenever you sense that your players are not enjoying what is going on, offer to handwave whatever's going on and cut past it. You do not need to play everything out for realism and immersion, just the parts that the players care about and are invested in, which is, as I said, a matter of taste, a matter of context. You have to read the situation, you have to understand what your players out of character care about and also what matters to their characters. But there's no reason to ever run content that does not matter to your players out of character and does not matter to your players in character. It's possible that sometimes to determine what's going to happen in a campaign, you might need to do some things they don't care about, but you can usually just do a few rolls for that. You could even do it, without even telling the players, just do the rolls if they don't care. Your players are making this investment of their time, their most limited resource in their lives. So give them the highest possible return on investment you can for the time that they are investing in your campaigns.